Uh, Hi guys. How's everybody doing out there? Um, Kind of welcome back to the opinion spot, guys. Been kind of popping out a lot of the opinion spots lately, which is good because it's one of my longest segments on my channel. And yeah, you see me with a hoodie on. It's kind of cool outside today, up here in New York. So nice breeze, but I don't mind it. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this because there are two actors. I'm talk about each one, but the first one I'm going to talk about is Mr. Brian T. You probably see him. He's probably going to be. You'll see an image of him somewhere over here, or somewhere like over there. Mr. Brian T. Actually is interested in playing a character in the Marvel Studio, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you won't believe who he wants to play. Believe it or not, Mr. T wants to play Namor. He wants to play Prince Namor or King Namor, the King of Atlantis, the Submariner. Once again, the whole affiliation of the fact that has Namor really gone back to, Marvel. The rights have gone back to Marvel. But yeah, he's actually very interested in playing that character. He wants to play that character, and I'm kind of here to give my thoughts on this subject, and also looking forward to hearing what you guys got to say on this. But I did a little bit more research into Mr. T, and he looks familiar. Doesn't he look familiar? You've probably seen his face from time to time. Now, for me, guys, I've known him. He's played some very high-profile fictional characters. He played Liu Kang in the Street Fighter Legacy series, YouTube series. Looking forward to seeing when that comes back, or was that canceled? I don't know. He took a different approach with it, but it was fine. He's done a lot of voiceover work as well. Of course, he was in the Wolverine, and of course, he plays. Of course, probably the biggest, another iconic fictional character he played is the Shredder in the new TMNT movie, which I have not seen. I'm not going to see it. Sorry. And of course, he was in Jurassic World. He was in. I know he was in some other movies, but his biggest, one of his biggest roles now is he's on the hit show Chicago Med, and he plays Dr. Ethan Cho. Now, I did some more research into him, Mr. T, and I really like his backstory. His real name is Jai. Let me make sure I get it right. Jai Bun Takata. His father was Korean American. His mother's Japanese. And he grew up in California. So, pretty cool. I like that. But that's enough about his backstory. Let me get into the topic at hand. How would I feel about Mr. T taking on the role of Namor if it so be? Now let's be honest here. Asian Americans in cinema, let's be honest. They're like most minorities. They're just like, they're not getting enough screen time or roles, and it sucks. It does suck. Being a minority myself, I like to see a variety in cinema, but we don't get to see that as much, especially. But I don't want to get into that too much. But I looked at him. I'm like, you know what? I could see him with the pointy ears and the slick back hair. All I could probably see him doing is just he'd probably just have to put on a little bit more muscle for Namor. And I was just like, I'm okay with that. Namor, is that kind of that douchebag, but kind of like that anti-hero that I wouldn't mind seeing Mr. T play. If you look at most artist renderings of Namor, he looks like he could be Asian. It looks that way. I'm not saying it, but it does. And even though his first name is his last name is Mackenzie, he is half human, half Atlantean. They say he's a mutant. I've never really considered him a mutant. Never. But I wouldn't mind this. I wouldn't mind Mr. T taking on this role. We got Aquaman coming in the DC extended universe, and played by Jason Momoa. And Jason Momoa is Hawaiian, Polynesian, I believe, mixed. So they're going more of the Polynesian feel for Aquaman. That's cool. So why couldn't, Marvel say, okay, we'll cast an Asian as Namor. And so far, Mr. T is the only guy I've ever heard very much acknowledging that he would love to play that role. Yes, of course, there are people like me who said, The Rock could have been the perfect role, but Mr. Johnson is just way too busy now. He's got Black Teth Adam, aka Black Adam. He's gonna play the classic pulp era hero Doc Savage soon. He's got a lot on his plate. So, but Marvel has always been about, from my belief, Marvel has always been about bringing actors in who's had some screen time, has an established career, but just needs maybe a kind of a little bit more to give him more of an incentive. Like, now look at him. And I wouldn't mind seeing Brian T take on the role. But that's all I gotta say about this subject. How do you guys feel? Would you mind having Namor be played by Brian T? Do you feel that he could pull off the role? Do you feel that it'd be kind of cool to see an Asian American play Namor? Or do you feel that it should go to somebody else? But other than that, guys, I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys got to say about this subject. As always, this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. This is the opinion spot where your opinion matters. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys got to think, and stay tuned for the next episode, because I'm going to talk about another actor who is very interested in a Marvel character. See you guys